Don't work too hard now, dearest. You've been hammering away for hours.
Please, Mara. Must you bother me at every turn? Oh, so good of you to drop by, my liege. As always, be welcome. I've a song in my heart and a spring.
That doesn't look like your best work there, dear. Do a salutoin, Hunter. What can I do for how goes search? Oh, I am ready to hang that, how you say, son of Lady Dog from highest branch. I will do my best to give answer, source. May Zalmoxis strike him down, the murderer! I have one goal. Nothing natural could cause such a terrible disease. He transformed flesh of living...
Let it go.
Hello again, Your Grace. On behalf of the Mining Guild, I thank you from the bottom of our humble heart. Preposterous! What does that foreigner know about the affairs of Silverglen? Please, Your Grace, I am yes. Ben. Of course, one of our many noble miners, Your Grace. A smallish man. I believe he's around here somewhere, isn't he?
Oh no, pal of mine.
Over here, sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together.
So where's the tenebrium? I hope you didn't get cold feet. We're talking big bucks here. Apart from Gungirs, the nutty oaf sits on a river of... I can't be certain myself where his cave is located, but at least one of those oaf lackeys of his must know where to look. They've got to do something with all the gold they've gathered in the course of... I'm no man to refuse a source hunter. Ask away, friend. I remember him well. Decent man, strong-backed, with something of a funny accent, no? He managed to leave Silverglen alive, but as I recall, the symptoms of rot were already upon him. That circus rolled into town shortly after the tenebrium was discovered. Some freak woman with a freak gemstone managed to cure rot by some strange magic and convinced most of the locals that she were the conduit of the goddess or some such tripe. A strange sort of substance, discovered here around 2 years ago, and folks have been clamouring to get their paws on the rancid stuff ever since. Rot? Oh, you're a curious sort of fella, aren't you? Ask around. Half the men here have a brother who died from it. The other half were cured by that cult. Lardens actually invited those bug-eyed creeps here himself. The miners were dropping like flies, and goblins had more of a natural tolerance for the work. Little did we know they'd overrun the place in a matter of months.
Rawr! Ask freely, my friend.
Yes, sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment.
The world is not immaculate as yet, friend. Be wary. Be vigilant. stroke of luck.
I'm warm as fresh apple pie.
Potent heat.
Ah, the Source Hunter. It is my greatest pleasure to announce to you that we Immaculates have captured the feared White Witch and quarantined her house of horrors. Yes, the greatest known threat to Rivellon has been neutralized, thanks in no small part to you, Source Hunter. Your activities in Sicil drove the snake to her den, and that's where we Immaculates sprang our trap. I am a proud Immaculate, sworn to use my summoner's expertise in service of the goddess's one way and the greater good. Ah, the High Counselor of Sicil. We mourned his tragic death. Yes, every Immaculate honors the memory of that noble man. Still, Source Hunter, I am sworn on my life to guard this quarantine. I serve a higher authority than yours, and will not waver in my duty. Ah, the Source Hunter. It is my greatest pleasure to announce to you that we are... Yes, the greatest... I am a... Still, Source Hunter. I am sworn on my life to guard this quarantine. I serve a higher authority than yours, and will not waver in my duty. If you're certain, I suppose I can trust the word of one of your esteemed order. Go on then, Source Hunter, but please tell no Immaculate I let you pass, or it will be my life.
My lucky charm!
Something isn't right here. It could be an ambush.
I sung of chaos and eternal night, taught by the heavenly muse to venture down the darkest descent and up to reascend. Excuse us, we had something lodged in our windpipe. Oh, somehow we doubt that very much. Have you ever seen the Moth King's silver spoon? Nearly microscopic. No, Source Hunter. We do believe this life hasn't finished surprising you. Not in the least. It's quite a lovely sort of barrier, isn't it? Who doesn't enjoy a gentle, breezy motion against one's backside after all? Then again, we suspect it's been hoisted up by some not-so-savoury characters, and we happen to know just how to remove it. The only trouble is finding the right sort of clever, sort of intrepid sort of person to entrust such a secret to. Here's what we propose. We've a fresh batch of 3 brain teasers hot off our thinking caps. Perhaps, if you can answer them correctly, we might find you spirited enough to entrust with the barrier's deepest, darkest secrets. But it isn't all fun and games. We hardly offer second chances to the beriddled. If you give us a single false answer, we'll clam up like morning glories at midnight. So, do you have what it takes? As is your right. I must say, though, that I've never before seen a chicken so perfectly formed into the shape of a human. What's your secret? It's quite a lovely sort of barrier. Then again, we suspect it's been... Here's what we propose. But it isn't all fun and games, as is your right. Well, that particular topic just happens to be our forte. We suppose we could start flapping our gills as easy as summer grass, but where would be the fun in that? We do so love a good brain teaser after all. And it just so happens we've a fresh batch of 3 riddles hot off our thinking cap as we speak. Perhaps if you can answer each and all correctly, Source Hunter, we might find the spirit to tell you everything you need to know about the White Witch. Then again, it isn't all fun and games. We hardly offer second chances to the beriddled, as is your right. I must say, though, that I've never...
I've spotted something interesting. Some call it luck, others call it skill.
addressing us? Oh, somehow we doubt that very much. Have you ever seen a dragon's pajamas? A rat in a Sunday hat? No, no, Source Hunter. We do believe this life hasn't finished surprising you. Not in the least. It's quite a lovely sort of barrier, isn't it? Then again, we suspect... Here's what we propose. We've a fresh... But it isn't all fun and games, as is your right. Well, that particular topic just happens to perhaps if you... Then again, as is your right. Are you addressing us? It's quite a love. Then again, here's what we propose. But it is as is your right. It's quite a. Then again, here's what we propose. But it is. This is better news than the Orc Queen misplacing her thumbscrew. But enough delays. Let us begin. Your first riddle begins thus. The ravenous brute tore down my chartreuse gown, ripped out my silken hair by its roots, wrenched my children from me and fed me to the hogs. Who am I?
An ear of corn.
That's right. An ear of corn fits perfectly.
Bravo, bravo, bravissimo! An ear of corn indeed. Can you imagine a sheep in a chartreuse gown? A pumpkin with silken hair? The fantasies of a fool. Now, on to our second riddle. And this one's sure to stump you. I cannot lie, I cannot lay, but only lie. Who am I?
A stone.
That's right. A stone fits...
You've done it again! I'm thrilled. I'm amazed. I'm liable to present the very last riddle. This one will blow you out of your stockings, so hold on tight. I've a neck as long as twice the width of a toad's tail. As many eyes as half the number of seasons per annum, I'm known to cause hurricanes in the Far East merely by taking off 2 minutes too late. Who am I? Ooh, very good, very good. The last person who tried to solve that riddle puffed away in a small impish huff, mumbling about space-time. But not you. You stuck it out until the very end. You crafty little so-and-so. So, what would you like to know? One thing we know for certain. This barrier doesn't belong here. The wizard Maradino knew as much when he started poking around here. He developed a spell to remove it. But his fancy was caught elsewhere before he bothered to implement it. Down the spell dropped, and up we scooped it. Unfortunately, we aren't quite human enough to get it to work. But you've proven yourself just the right sort of clever, sort of intrepid sort of person we'd love to entrust such a secret to. We thought you'd never ask. What would you like to know? Some call her the Guardian of Lucula, and by our estimations, she's more than earned the title. She's a healing witch, concerned mostly with the safety of the living souls, animals and plants alike, of this forest. And she's been here since even before our great-great-great-great-grandmother, Francisca Toadstool the 44th, can recall. We've long lodged adjacent to her little cabin, and she used to greet us with a "How do you do?" every morning. We do hope she's not entangled in anything unsavoury. What a shame it'd be if someone with a penchant for heavy-handed hoe-wielding moved in. Murder! That doesn't sound like her at all, no. Much more interested in patching things up than tearing them down, that one. Then again, it's hard to tell on what stalk a person truly stands until you've seen them at the end of their rope. Isn't that so? We suppose if someone held a sword to our caps, we'd fight them with every last spore we had. Somewhere in her cabin, as far as we know. The last we saw her, she and her apprentice, Almina, were rushing inside, whispering to one another. They seemed rather anxious. Perhaps they knew that those Immaculates were on their trail. A group of them followed some time after and erected the barrier around the cabin. We haven't seen the White Witch or Almina since. Oh, somehow we doubt that very much. I sung of chaos and eternal night. One thing we know for certain. This barrier doesn't belong here. The wizard Maradino knew as much when he started poking around here. Down the spell dropped, and up we scooped it. Unfortunately, we aren't quite human enough to get it to work. But you've proven yourself just the right sort of clever, sort of intrepid sort of person we'd love to entrust such a secret to. Are you so desperate for company that you've taken to befriending fungi? Well, we're glad to hear it. One thing we know for certain. This barrier doesn't belong here. The wizard Maradino down the spell dropped, and up we scooped it. Unfortunately, we aren't quite human enough to get it to work. But you've proven yourself just the right sort of clever, sort of intrepid sort of person we'd love to. We thought you'd never ask. What would you like to know?
Had some talent mixed in with all that hot air.
He certainly knew how to remove magical barriers, if nothing else. The stars shine brightly today.
Blessed talisman, protect
Others
me.
call it skill. Nothing but rubbish.
My lucky charm.
Battle after battle, but no worse for wear, I see.
I thought my luck had run out.
More junk.
I thought my luck had run out.
Not even worth the rummaging.
The place seems to have been searched in a hurry.
I've heard that this Loic fellow is a clown compared to Mangoth. They say he guards the most important immaculate secret of all.
Another one for the collection. I guess someone else got here first. A chest full of hidden valuables, is it? But it could be anywhere.
So we'll look everywhere. Did you expect to find it marked on your map?
Good thing those Good thing those butchers didn't have a mind for rat's blood. They jumped into the lake before they even noticed us.